Hello there, everybody. This is Lance Armory. Doing this video as a little bit of an update on like things I'm working on and stuff like that. This is like the me avatar. This is like my night beast edit. In case you're wondering what this is, so it's like about a year old now. I haven't really messed with it in quite a while, just because I've been really working on all these avatars that I've been currently working on. And so now I'm going to kind of go over like that and whatnot. No, I'm not going to sell my night beast edit because I don't like doing the whole verification stuff and going through all the loops to fucking like sell and edit on an avatar. That's the reason why I don't really do avatars, and I don't do commissions. So don't ask me for commissions unless you're willing to spend about $2,000 at least. So just getting that out of the way. Basically, not worth my time to do commissions. So please don't ask. I mean, I might work on an avatar if it really interests me. Like, if it's something I really like the idea of, and I already have plans of making it, or something like that. Or if you're willing to, like, oh, I want this avatar made. Like, would you do commissions? Like, I'll probably do like your texture, but I will probably just sell the avatar outright with like a different texture. Like, because first I'll do by texture, and then I'll do like a custom version of the texture. Probably. That's what I've done in the past. I'm not saying that I will not do that, but if it's like cartooning or whatnot, it's like that's not my jam. Like I lean more into like realisms. All right. So first things first, let's go ahead and look at the one I've been working on the longest, which may or may not have like a full set of clothes on, which it doesn't. But all my avatars are set to basically like if they have pasties, those automatically turn on. They're not in the save state and whatnot. So let's put all this back. Right. And I'm not going to really go into like a whole lot of detail into this particular video. Just kind of giving you an idea of what I've been working on and whatnot. I've done this video a few different times. Let's go on like default. All right, this is pretty much default. A lot of times I like wear mine like at like 25% or default sizing on things. Just depends on whether or not I'm like showing people stuff and whatnot, which is mostly what I do in VR chat. I'm like, hey, look at what I'm working on. Woo! But yeah, this is Armis. This is the biker outfit. I'm got two other versions that I'm working on for her, which is like a mistress hunter outfit thing, and then like a tactical outfit. I already have like the clothing stuff. I just haven't had the avatar set up because I have worked on this particular avatar for over a year. Getting everything exactly the way I want her to look and all that jazz. Ooh. But yeah, she's very pretty. Like she's the biker werewolf. I'm gonna be tweaking the tail a little bit more because I did like a new tail and I like the way that one works a little bit more than this one. So there's that. All right, so then I also, because I already know people are going to want it, so I went ahead and made the texture. But I made it in my style, which is more of that realistic look. And that is the Luna texture. Like, bask in the glory. Bask in the glory. Our tail colors are technically not, quote unquote, more accurate, but then again, I think this is a nice blend of like her color palette and design and whatnot. Let's see. He also has plenty of hairs. Basically, this would be like more or less like the Luna-esque look, which I do like. And then there's this, which is like her short. It's like I would say this is like if one of two scenarios happen. One, she got with tech, and like they work out all the time, and she just got swole and whatnot. Or she wants the attention of tech. So it's like, oh, I'm gonna fucking swole, I'm gonna bigger than that motherfucker. But yeah. She has feral stuff, like, well, both versions do. Like, all this is a different texture setup. Just like because like I said, I already knew people were going to want it anyway, so I went ahead and did it. We got the feral claws. So when you extend your hand out here, which I'll probably end up selling this as a separate asset. Pretty simple. There's also a light emission for it. You can turn on and off. Also, it has hit context when you hit somebody. There's a HUD overlay blood particle that sometimes doesn't hit, and sometimes you'll see it on your own stuff depending how fast you get. Now you do, like, you hit the trigger when you go to swing, and it triggers blood. Blood splatters everywhere, and then it leaves like a blood trail on the ground and all that jazz. Then turn off the flames, but say you still want the blood effect, you just leave it on and you just slap people. On feral claws. You also have a disappear effect, which is peace with left and then fist. And then to come out of that, you just release the fist. I might tweak the flames a little bit. I think it might have too many flames. I might make them bigger. Because sometimes they can kind of have a little bit of a lag, depending how close you are to the disappear effect. And like, I'm not really trying to lag people. It's like, this avatar's already over 100 megabytes. And that's because she's like super customizable, which like almost all my avatars have like layers of customization, because I know people want like to be able to customize their avatar. However, if you want it to be more optimized, go ahead and set your avatar the way you want it to look. Delete all those extra customizations. Although like the scaling and thickness, like that can be left there. But like a lot of customization is the reason why this is big. Yeah. Okay. This is not a whole like, hey, look, Artemis, which she's supposed to be the next avatar to get released. Yeah. So the head is something I have made, and the body is something I made out of something. I don't remember what. Because now it's not really what that base was anymore. Like at all. It's like completely redone. So the only thing that's really like not done by me from pretty much scratch, because I have quite literally deleted everything on this avatar in sections and redid it and re-UV'd everything. So technically this is just my avatar, which I'll probably end up selling as a base at some point, but I want to like do a little bit more refining before I do that, or at least like customizations and stuff. But since like my avatars are very weirdly rigged, with like very advanced things to them, like for instance, like my back, like my entire leg is just made of basically twist bones. That's kind of like all of my avatars, like same with like the arms. Also, like when you raise the arms up, the tits will come out. That's another feature like all my avatars have. Oh, and the reason why that happens is you just extend that way. So for like flare, you just be like, wow. Okay. Anyways, I don't want this video to be like super long. And then I'm going to go into an update for Selena. So Selena's getting a shader update, clothing fix, probably this hair material, the lightning effect, which she was originally supposed to have, also water whip. That was another thing that she was supposed to have. Never really finished it. And I still don't really think it's finished, but I think it's finished enough. And it's fun enough to mess with. To release. But I'm also... got a new dress. It's made a lot like the dress that you see on Tabitha, but this was the new one that I made based off of my edit of another sweater that was for Tabitha, but I wanted to make my own, so I made my own. And so, yeah, but it needs a little bit more weight painting. Like, so there's like cut underneath and then a cutout for the tail. I might sell it separately. I don't know. It's not really like a whole lot of money into selling a set separately, really, but I might do it. I don't know. It's also like setting up projects and all that jazz. But yeah, I also might maybe also release her with the update with the alt texture. So anyone that has bought the alt texture, I'm sorry, but I've only sold like 6. And since this avatar is not like super popular and almost everyone wants their own texture, it's kind of not much of a point of me releasing textures unless it falls under like what they want for said avatar, blah 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 blah. Like you make more money off of just selling an avatar. I'm not saying I'm all about the money, but you know, I need money. Oh, I don't have this bit on. I'm also not sure if this is actually in the animation for the disappear yet. That's actually what I was about to check. Oh, okay, it is. But also, when you move around with electricity, I left it that way because I kind of wanted to keep it. But if you don't want it that way, you can swap it out, or you just turn off particles, and then you can be silent mode, or you make a separate toggle for it. It's it's a it's a separate particle, anyways. Essentially, it's just added on to the water particles. So, like, if you turn off water lock, those turn off. Then you turn water lock back on. So, boop. Then, if you want particles off. Ooh. Okay, the animation for the return is wrong on the dress. Gotcha. I'll have to adjust that. So there's that. That's pretty much all the updates for her. Clothing fixing and okay, I lost tracking there for a minute. Update for her. All right, and then we're gonna go into Naga. I know for a fact she probably is only wearing pasty. I think I was literally showing somebody like avatars. So right now, this is quite literally just a redo of the shark. I don't know if the clothing I currently have on her is the clothing that I'm just going to release her with, or I'm going to do some like custom deals, but I think this one's just going to be like a comfy. She do have a a new breath I'm still working on. Yeah, I'm gonna be making a new breath system. Instead of reusing videos, I'm actually gonna do the way I actually want it to work is that when I do that, like the particles stay there for a bit and not just immediately turn off after I turn off the breath. Because that's the way, again, I'm using like 1.2 of VO's breath, like since it came out, is basically the version I've been using. And I just been changing it, and I have it linked to double finger point, and then I just kind of change a couple of things. But now I'm getting a little bit better at doing animations and like understanding how to do animation and a couple other things. And whatnot. So this one's this one. And then I am redoing Sashina. You know, the demon hunter coyote persons. Apparently I need to fix that. But that's the blood spatter effect. that you would see if you got hit by the blade. Blah, blah. So it's a HUD particle. So only the people that get hit by said particle will see it. Right. For testing purposes, I have it to where it'll affect me, basically. So that I see that it's working. Blah, 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 blah. So there's that. He also has new clothing. Like, she's still got the hat. But like, this is like her more modern attire. Not so much the Demon Hunter, like, super aspect. Which, honestly... So I've changed this revolver in the way that it works, so that actually works well. Have it to where you can actually flip it, which is the thing that it didn't have before. I have it to where, like, I do this, it actually unloads, and then when I go like this, and it's like you can also just hit it. And whatnot. I don't think she has a disappear yet. She has a spawn in, which and then she's got apparently I forgot to reattach a particle to a render space, but she's still got her fire bits. Currently retweaking that. Apparently that is shown behind me. I don't want to tweak that a wee bit. Let's see what else. Oh yeah, this is the new body. Like this is completely redone new body. But this is the thin pit, bottom heavy. Like she's still got, you know, butt and whatnot, but she's like very sleek in my like new feet. And all my stuff has digigrade, which you can turn it off. I'm gonna eventually be adding a new thing to the system that adds another thing to when I sit down, that the feet will also bend. Like it'll basically do the inverse effect from when I sit, so that the ankles actually bend when I like squat and whatnot. Still trying to figure out that one without doing another animation. Again, animations not something I'm super good at. It's like I understand like how to make an animation and all of that, but I'm actually like getting it working well. And then the one that I've been putting a lot of time the last like 2 weeks or so into, and that's redoing Jade, the yokai, which he's very expensive right now. So this is built on Sashina's body, redid it, and then so this is just like the old J. Most of y'all have not seen the old J because she was also like my least sold avatar. And I'm hoping with this version she becomes like my most sold avatar, because the one of her features is she can race change, but this one can also gender change. So I can also change genders. Yep. All right, let's get zoomy. All right, so I'm gonna change the hair. Put the glasses up here. Oh yeah, her disappear is already finished. She's actually really close to being done. Like I've been hyper focused on this avatar as of late. But she also has like she's skinny thick. She's skinny thick fit. Like so her upper body is like skinny, but her butter is thick. But she's also like super fit. So she's skinny thick fit, which still working on the hands. Oh my god, I need to stop doing that. Because for some odd reason, one, I can't post stuff on my deal. All right, let me go through the hairs. Oh, that's the face shape. Hairs. And if you know, like, there's a lot of hairs that I've made. I didn't make this hair with the braids. I just edited this one. So we'll do it without any bangs, so you can see the face on this. Turn off the I got a new headset, new controllers, and I used to have it to where when you go on the radio, you like pull the trigger, and I keep doing that, and I realize I don't have to do that. Have to do that. So this is Jade. This recently redid her face in texture. So Jade of the Moon. And she's a yokai. I mean, she's a demon that can change shapes. But she is Jade of the Moon. Right. All right. So let's go through the races. Or do we want to take out the horns? I think, you know what? We're going to take out the horns. Right? E. All right. There you go. Right. This is her muscular arms. It's like Ooh. Ooh. Oh, this is her skinny arms. But like I said, she's thick, fit, skinny. Okay, I really like the way she looks now. Sorry. All right. Like I said, races. Okay. So she can be a bunny. She can be a lynx. Or at least this is what I call this face, is the lynx face. Because the ears are like pointing at the top. And then I recently did house cat. A little bit poofier. Like big wide head. I kind of modeled it after a reference, and then I was also I was trying to do the Kiki, but I'm still like, I want this to be a cute face. That's what I want it to be. I think it still needs a little bit of work. I have a hard time doing cute. And then we got the Finnick Fox, which I think is cute. So she's got advanced ears. So they have gravity. Right? You got the gestures, but you can use the gestures at the same time as the face tracking. Because they're using 2 different bones to control all of that. The same with the with the gestures. face tracking and the gestures are using 2 different bones, and they're like basically stacked on top of each other. To control the different movements. You can also, so if we went back to the bunny, I want to be the bunny, but I also want to have my ears down. Well, you too can still do that. And then you can scale up the ears, and you have big old floppy ears. So all the gestures. Granted, there's not very many gestures, so the touching the joysticks makes the ears go back. Finger gun makes them go forward. This makes them go back on the left side. The right side just makes an angry face. But I have it up. I have it set up in a way that you can use gestures and face tracking and it not look cursed, which is very difficult to do. And then, like, say, like, oh, I want floppy ear bobcat with huge ears. A house cat. Still need to tweak this one. I'm not happy with it. Like, I'm looking at it in the video and I'm just like, that doesn't look right. But the Finnick Fox, the lynx, and the bunny, I think look great. I could probably get away with like not doing the house cat, but like, I really like the Kiki, and I want a Kiki face. But nothing on here, Kiki. Okay, nothing is on here is Kiki. Technically, I copied the finger beans because I like the finger beans on the Kiki. The way that Darby did, like the I want to say UV. So the topology of her beans, I liked it, so I copied it. And this is like based off of my edit of the Kigi, because I reused my bones for the Kigi. Like I liked my armature because when I extend my arms out. The only thing is, for some reason, after changing this stuff, is if I reach forward, my arms don't fully straighten out. They straighten out like at the full extent of like my actual reach. Everything is right. But when I go forward, can't fully lock out my arm, which is fine. That means my arms can't do weird things. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I keep telling myself it's fine. So then you can have big ears. But I do like the Fennec Fox. So you got my bunny tail. I think it's very simple. Let's see. Right there. And you see that my legs are like they are digigrade and they lean forward, because I think having straight up and down legs on a anthro looks strange. I think it's because I lean more into like the were version or the monster-esque versions of stuff, but also that are sexy. All right, and then tails. ADHD, D. All right, tail swap. So, bunny, cat. So this is my cat tail. This is like nice, simple street. It currently is just using the back texture. I UV'd it to just duplicate like the back, because I just made the tail like yesterday, and I haven't really done a texture for it, so I just set up the UV to where it matches up the center of the back. But you know, all right, we gotta change the race to cat, right? Lynx. Lynx doesn't really have this type of deal. I think I need to make a puma ears. That's going to be interesting with the way I have these ears set up, because I have the spikes like I do on this other avatar, because I kind of like the little extra little fluff tufts that aren't actually part of the deal. Customize tails, tail swap, and then you got the lion tail, or what I am probably going to use for my bat. So I'm going to make a bat out of this, because it already kind of looks like a bat, so I'm totally going to make a bat avatar with this base. I'll probably use this tail. Might make it a little less whippy, possibly. I feel like that's a little too whippy now, like looking at it. And these are all the same tail, and then you got the snow leopard, or I just call it leopard tail. So the big floof tail, and then you can just make it thicker. A tail poof, poof. So you can have that whole. But yeah. Uh-oh. I still haven't perfected my cat face. Like my Lynx / like Bobcat look. That's what this looks like. Like, I got that down. And then I got my new tail. This is my big floof fox wolf tail. This one currently it does have a controller. Right? Does have a controller. Wow. Wow. Then you got your tail wag. And then you just have like no tail, right? Getting fucked. And then we zoom back in. Wait, I'm not going to go into everything about the avatar inside the video. I'm just not going to do that. But I did go into a lot more into this avatar than I did the other one because I really like it. How long have we been recording? Do not know. All right. So now we're going to go into my most detailed avatar. But it's not going to be clothes centric. It's going to be functionality centric. And that is Sirius, the Dragon Matriarch. Wow. This is 24 hours of texture work. Ah, big guns. Ooh. Which I realized that I might need her big guns. That's big. Let's see. Yeah, honestly, I think she looks fine without the fucking muscle scaler. I might change it. But, yeah. So this is Sarah's the Dragon Matriarch. So I'm not going to do it right now. But if you do double grip over the chest, it puffs up in the smoke and then the titties come out because this is going to go on YouTube. So not going to do that. But yeah, so she's going to be about, it's probably going to be a default 4 meters. I currently have her set up for me about 7. This is, for me, this is her default height. You know, kind of cool. Ew. Basically, I had made a Deathclaw edit and made it into a dragon. I was just like, I cannot sell Deathclaw because can't make commercial like edits and stuff like that. So off of my edit of it, redoing everything and making an avatar that looks kind of like the deal. It's like mainly like the horns and stuff the way I had set up. But she's now completely like flushed out, redone. Like she is fucking I think the best dragon in VR chat. Probably glad that I did not do that from the front side. Then I'd have to cut that part. All right, let's move over here. Like zoom out and then fly in. There we go. Okay, also, like, got a long tongue. The fuck? Okay, I'm not really sure why the fire is bouncing that way. There must be an overlay on this world onto the head. Because that's usually the only reason why it does that, which I really need to make it to where my particles don't bounce off of stuff. She's also gonna have like a unhinged jaw thing, because I based her off of Draco from Dragonheart, as far as like colorization and whatnot. Although I don't think I'm at the basic. So that's desaturized. And my brightness is on. All right. So this is default, like, do shift stuff and whatnot. Right? She's going to have, like, clothing, jewelry. Well, like, not really clothing, but she's going to have, like, jewelry, armor, and, like, skirt and, like, flowy bits for her. But in all actuality, she's just this. Like, there's going to be a version that's just this. And then there's going to be a version with, like, jewelry and then other thing. And then all her stuff is going to be contacts and gestures. Like, her wings are going to be contacts. It's going to be, like, if I'm off the ground, the wings are going to flap, which, God, I made these wings a little way too complicated to be animating with, which I kind of want to redo, because I based these off of like, I based these wings off of what's his name's Alber's dragon wings, because I like the shape of them. So they're like, they're not like really like hand wings. They're like the pointy wings, like they're, and then like they look more like arms and whatnot. So I based it off his wings or her wings. I actually don't know if it's a dude or a chick, but you can kind of see. I was just like, yeah. Because I like I said, I had edited mine, and like I put little horn bits and whatnot, and I was like, okay, so I need to make my own, but I want to make my own based off of mine. So I again redid everything. Oh my God, spent so much time fucking redoing things and then like making things like close to the dills. But then you're gonna have people who's like, that's just their stuff. And I was like, no, it's not. Like, by the way, this actually has like a full esophagus that goes into a stomach, which you may or may not be able to see. Oh, no, oh, no, not really. Huh? You can't really see it. Anyways, it's there. For those that want it and don't want to have to like piece it together, it's like it's there. I don't plan on doing anything with it. I just modeled it, put it like, you know, have it in there. It's all like weight painted and whatnot. So yeah. And then got my digigreed legs. And then, you know, my 4 knee bends and then like the death claw. The tail is permanently affixed. I will have to say that the tail and the chest, or the I think it's the tail is a separate texture. The scales are a separate texture. The scale and horns are a separate texture. And then like the mouth, can't remember. There's like 3 or 4 like material slots. Like separated like internals, horns and claws. And I don't remember if the horns and claws and tail are together or separate. I don't really remember, but it is and then the wings are an add-on. I thought about making it permanent, but I was like, but so this is the default position of the wings. So like if you don't have me fully shown, my wings will be like this. They will not be out and going woo and being obnoxious. The default setting for my wings are like this. And then oh yeah, everything's in dragon, which I really need. So I have the animation positions made for the wings. I also got to make, well, I already have it made. I have like a hug, and then I have it to where it's just like bringing the wings in, goes out, boom, 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 and then I can trigger my wing controller positions by doing like doing double like piece like up here or something, and then I can just like have my wings start to follow. And if I don't want them to follow, I have like another contact with like another like double gesture type thing, and have it to where then the controller's on it. So I don't have to open the menus. So essentially I can control the wings without the menus. Same thing with the tail. Is the tail right now is on a puppet controller. Ooh. And the tail, which I don't know if you can actually see. There you go. As the tail spike actually opens and closes. You wrap it around. The over the shoulder apparently makes it a chest burster. Because like the tail has gravity, and when you do gravity with like pulling like something that goes like this and curls up, you have to like change the bones more, and you can't really test it when you're making the animations for it. So, and also another thing with the tail, as well as all my tails, is if you move the upper body, the tail will move. So your tail literally acts like a counterbalance, like it should. So if I'm like leaning this way, the tail goes that way. If I'm leaning that way, the tail goes the other way. It's like, it's not just linked to my hip, it's also linked to my chest. So like the base bone is attached to the hips. There's a rotation bone that's attached right after the hips, which is my controller bone, and that is connected to the chest. So again, I do this to all my tails. It's a lot more natural. And then you have like my back, the lats, and like I have like advanced backbone moving properties, as well as titties will move up. You know, you got the twist bones, all that. You got twist bones on the legs. So you twist it out, twist it in, everything. It's like pow, the butt, on the bussy and the nipples, and I wish I could show you all those things, but I can't because it's going on YouTube. But anyway, that is all I've been working on. Right? Well, I'm also working on a male version of the shark, which actually, you know what? I am now rethinking the male version of the shark now. Because after doing Jade, I think I'm going to update it to where you can do a mail transformation. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make it to where, yeah, I think I'm going to make it to where we can transform. Maybe I'll make it where Selena can turn like male and not look cursed. I don't know. Like I know I can do it. So no, oh yeah, that's another thing. I didn't even show you the fucking male version of the deal, which I didn't really want to because while technically when they're in their male form, nipples are not NSFW. Sexist, I know. All right. So this is probably gonna look weird. Go ahead and do customize body. Oh yeah, body male. Wait. Okay, I still gotta tweak the male chest fizz bones. Ooh, apparently I also need to tweak that. That is clipping. Ooh, it's clipping on both sides. Oh yeah, I started resculpting that. Oh, male chest. Ooh. Okay, that doesn't look right. It is a little bit of a pain to get the male chest to do it. So it still needs more tweaking. Like, everything's all about tweaking because that's all I do is I work at avatars and I do things. Because I don't like the fact that that separates, which a lot of that is just because like the chest. Like I still want the chest to be able to be like, you know, like some titty fizz. You know, like a little, it's like, you know, this male chest is not fucking rock hard. It actually does have give. So I don't want to have it to where it's just like, oh, no fizz bones, because that's just lazy, in my opinion. Is it hard? Most definitely. It requires a lot of tweaking. Tweak. Let me just turn off that. Yeah. Also on them. Hello? Huh? Let me show you the back. Me. Really short hair. Oh, so I can see what's going on. All right, so All right, this video is probably already too long, so I will catch you guys next time. Peace.